What's going on YouTube? Today is November 13th, 2025, 5:02 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Let's do a quick metal price check. I went to the LCS today. We're going to talk about that too. Gold, $41.83, 35 cents an ounce. So $4,183 an ounce. Silver, $52.82 an ounce. Wow. Platinum, $15.99.76 an ounce, and palladium $14.59.50 an ounce. GSR $79.20. All metals up. There's a shock. Metals have been killing it, y'all. Let's talk about the LCS. I went out to lunch today. It's my Sunday, I guess you could say. I go back to work tomorrow. And I missed the lunch special because I had some business, but whatever. Speaking of business, I have been working extra drive shifts on the apps to make more money for stacking. I have 2 3-ounce orders coming from Hero, and I picked up 3 ounces today at the LCS, and I had a great conversation with the LCS. It is one of my favorite places to be. I actually sat down and had lunch and thought to myself, I'm going to call Jay at Coins on the Boulevard and see what's what. See what he's got going on. And let me tell you what. We had a great conversation. I always enjoy going in there. I need to go in there more often. And I'm going to shout him out in this video. So I don't see what you see, so let me stand up. Make sure you can see this. And while my receipt's folded over. Got 3 ounces. And I paid $55.66 each. Now, that is less than I'm paying online a lot of the time. And it feels really good to go in and support your LCS. By the way, he will be, him and his wife, Lori, great folks. If you ever get a chance to stop in there, their address, business information is in every video in the description. If you get a chance to stop in there, that'd be cool. They have a coin show they're going to coming up in the Portland area. So if you're out here and going to the coin store or coin show, excuse me, stop by, check them out, tell them I sent you, tell them hello, introduce yourself. They're great people. I always get really good deals there. I get extremely good deals on 90% when they have it, and even 40%. But I get the best deals ever on 90%. A lot of times they don't have a lot because people must have figured out that they have such good deals on it. But in retrospect, I should have bought the little that he had today. I didn't think about it until after the fact. I was focused on shiny things. By the way, nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions. These are merely mine. But having said that disclaimer, I'm huge on assets. Huge on assets. I think they're very important, especially with the turmoil in the world today. In fact, the guy that works at the place where I had lunch, it's at a local bar. It's a Chinese joint, and very good food. We were talking about, I had to go to the ATM to get cash, and he goes, yeah, you know, it's just an ATM over there because we're out of cash at ours, but there's no bank, but who goes to a bank anyway? I'm like, yeah, I don't really go into the bank except for when I had to close my account and start a new one in September when I had the identity theft. If you are up to speed on that, my info got stolen, not just my debit card, my account. So I had to close it down, open a new one. It was a mess. And he goes, and we started talking about money. And he goes, yeah, I only keep about $1,000 in cash on me. He goes, the rest I invest. And we had a nice talk. I said, me too. And we both said the same thing at the same time, which was, uninvested cash doesn't make us any money. So that was interesting. You learn a lot about people when you talk to them. And I think people should do that more. I think people should talk amongst themselves and see what they have in common. You know, and like I said, I really enjoyed going to the coin store today, coin shop. I need to do that more often. When I'm not at work it's hard for me to convince myself to go out and mingle amongst people. Once I do it, it's fine. But for whatever reason, it's easier for me to buy online. Sit here and click a button, a couple buttons, whatever, a couple mouse clicks. And I need to make more of an effort to go into my shops more often and buy, because that's where we sell. That's where I sell. What I do have to sell. I've never sold to an online dealer. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I've had really good luck with Hero, MoneyMetals. I haven't had a bad experience with any bullion dealer, to be honest with you, but I do have my preferred ones for sure. And I have some that I think are grossly overpriced most of the time, so I don't really shop there much. I did make an exception when I bought from SD the other day. Last week, whatever it was. It took them forever to ship, but I don't really go there much anymore. I bought a lot of 40% off of there because I got a good deal at the time. It was years ago when I did the 40% stacking challenge, and I filled the piggy bank. I did the same thing with War Nickels, which I think I got from them too. I'm not sure. I got most of those at a coin shop I don't do business with anymore. And I need to go out and talk to my LCS more. I think we all should. Find out what's going on in the markets. You know, when I asked him, I said, I bet you've been pretty busy with the metal price excitement, haven't you? And he goes, oh yeah. You know, there's been a lot of buying and a lot of selling, and not to my surprise, he said he was extremely busy. There were a couple people in the shop today when I went in there. I kind of hung back in the parking lot and waited for them to do their business or whatever, and then they kind of browsed afterward, and then I went in. But I've driven by there and looked, and the parking lot's been full, and there have been a lot of people in that store on certain times, so that's awesome. We need that excitement in the metals. We need people to wake up to the fact that physical assets are king. They really are. Assets are king, but physical assets are just phenomenal. That being said, I do have a couple packages on the way. One has shipped, one has not. Probably need to order some more because I'm in a stacking phase. You know, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I have had to sell some metal. I still have plenty of metal. I mean, there's no such thing as a lot, but I still have plenty of metal. Not enough. It'll never be enough. You know, and I was talking to him about that. About how when people set stacking goals, I think it's kind of weird. No offense to those of you who do it. It's cool. You know, everyone has their different reasons, but for me, my goal is more. You know, I can't have enough of a good thing when it comes to gold, silver, platinum, stocks, ETFs, assets. Money. That's just how I look at it. We talked a little bit about the refiner thing. The refiner's not buying 90%. 90% flows in and out of his shop so fast. They don't buy it for much. I wouldn't sell it there. However, they sell it very, very cheap. So when it comes to 90%, I need to make an attempt to go in there more. I bet you I could fill a tube of dimes or quarters, maybe halves. Obviously not all at once because he doesn't usually have that much. Sometimes he does. But I bet you I could do that over numerous trips, but do it very, very cheaply. I mean, what's a roll of dimes now? Online, 195 bucks. I think I could beat that. I should start doing that. It does drive me insane to have, 20 dimes and have that tube not full. Or I could just go buy what he has a couple different times and then I could fill in the blanks, or fill in the rest online. I think that's a cheaper way for me to stack 90%. I think I'm going to start doing that. I just came up with a great idea. Anyway, if you could hit the like, the subscribe, leave a comment so I know you're here, that would be much appreciated. And remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. These are my opinions. We all have our own opinions. You have yours, I have mine. A lot of us align. Nothing in here is financial advice, so make sure you do what's right for you. And keep stacking.